Last week we did our first award show. Thankfully, unlike the goddamn Oscars, our show delivered on the promise of a good time. This week, let's flip the tables and talk about a bunch of things that didn't, can't, or won't make good on some empty promises. And just like the Oscars, I'm also all out of creativity this week. So what do you say we just make some dick jokes and try not to forget Luke Perry like the fucking Academy did? Maestro, put down that celebrity gift bag of 4-inch Korean dongs for the cast of Parasite and hit my goddamn music.
He's like a fucking narwhal.
Shut your face. We're about to fight in my own basement.
You want to get me excited if I'm stuck on this giant tube of fluids? Okay.
All right, welcome back to Needless to Say. I'm Dave. I'm here with Brad and Craig, two guys who promised me I'd be joining a funny podcast.
It was funny before you got
But
here.
lo and behold, I'm a little disappointed.
Right?
Yet, still here.
Yeah, exactly.
We were funnier when we had one empty microphone. And that's not even when Mike was out.
No, she had a bunch of food no one wanted to eat.
That sausage ain't gonna cook itself.
Right?
God damn it all.
It's like gourmet Dijon mustards laying out in front of you.
That's right. That's right. Where is this? You gotta start cooking shit.
What?
Preferably in the middle of the show.
Yes. I was definitely going to eat
Without
your dinner
notice.
if your wife left it down here.
I know. That's why I told her to take it. I almost stapled the bag shut so you
I was
be...
going to fucking eat it.
Actually, we should give a quick shout out to Mike. It's been a while since we mentioned him on here, but if you really want to know something, Mike, shaving your beard, the IRS will still find you.
Fucking the Hubble's going to find him because it looks like a fucking another moon.
It's like sketch artists use computer software now. It's easy to remove your hair, too.
Yeah.
I saw that picture of Mike when he went out to eat with his wife, and they were all taking their lovey-dovey selfies, and all I wanted to do was dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
I had to look twice. It looked like Leslie was playing with Play-Doh in front of the camera.
Yeah.
That pasty flesh tone is hard to find.
Yeah.
You know, it's not in the mix bag.
It is. Oh, my God.
It's a lot of wrinkles and a lot of skin. Yeah. It's like a big pierced testicle.
Looks like an old used hacky sack. Like a real broken in hacky sack.
One that spent a winter outside.
Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't find it. Yeah.
You tried to kick around a water balloon.
You went to go rake the leaves, and you're like, hey, there's that hacky sack.
Pine needles in it.
Yeah.
So what we're saying is grow the beard back, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, shit. So what's going on, guys?
Not much. I mean, how are you,
Yeah.
Mr. Plague?
Yeah, I was sick as a bastard last week, and it went from, hey, I feel fine.
I can tell you're nasal.
Yeah. I went from.
He's got a nose for that.
Oh yeah. I went from I feel fine to full blown fucking sick within 6 hours.
That was amazing.
It was amazing how I went to bed like feeling like, you know, you get that little like maybe something, I don't know, I feel okay, but like I just feel woke up in the morning, thought I was gonna fucking die.
Oh.
And it lasted, it was like a good like 3 days of feeling like shit, and then what was it, Wednesday was the day, was bad.
But at some point you finally just like
It
got
broke.
past it.
It broke, and that was it. Like
That's the worst.
Yeah.
While you're in it though, it's like, fuck, I'm never gonna make it.
Like, son of a bitch, I'm working. I'm going to work, and I got a bottle. I have a bottle of Dayquil in my inside pocket, and drinking out of it like a flask. I know that's not good for you.
Everybody on Instagram saw. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I did take the selfie and sent it to you, because we always get that picture from Brad like on Saturday or Sunday, like, party's still going, guys. And he's got a picture of a new beer that he's drinking or something like that. And So that's why I took the picture of me drinking the Dayquil. I'm like, keeping the party going, guys. I was fucking dying.
I know, and I think Brad was like, we need to put this on social, and I was like, done.
Yeah.
It was already up.
Yeah. But yeah, it was rough. But we did buy a new, that was even worse too. I spent 4.5 hours at a DMV. I mean, at a car dealership buying the new truck. That was awful.
Well, what's
I was sick as a bastard.
As you're talking about it, you're talking about like being sick and working. You don't like work at a desk. You work like you do like I don't say physical labor,
physical labor, yeah.
So you can't just like sit at your desk and put your head in your hands and say,
no, I have to get the job. The job has to get
fucking
done.
Work,
and it sucks. So that's why I'm drinking That's why I'm drinking that shit. Getting those short bursts of, okay, I feel good for a minute. Let's do this now, and I'm fucking sweating and I'm white.
Well, it's because your liver's 3 times its normal size.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a reason they have a dosage cup on there. You want to take a little extra, fine, but come on, man. You were pounding that
I drank
bottle.
a whole bottle. I drank a whole bottle in a day and a half.
Not good for you.
No, it's not. Because especially they're like, don't take 4 doses in 24 hours. And I was like, how many doses are in this bottle? It's like 28.
And then he asks, like, how many hours are in a day?
Yeah.
Thursday morning, Craig actually took a shit out of his dick.
Yeah.
It was orange.
Dick shit.
It was awful. The whole thing, it was just, but it sucks because I have to work. It's different. I can't just call out sick.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't just be like, oh, yeah, I'm not coming in today. You know?
But you are allowed to be sick. And
No,
I think
I am.
You got to be able to draw that line. You don't get sick like this that often.
No.
And for the two of us to be like, don't be a fucking hero, man.
Yeah.
Like, Adam can take it if he had to, or you can reschedule jobs. Life happens.
Yeah.
You're allowed to
I
get sick,
get
but
it.
you never do it. And you probably extended that 2 days longer because you were pounding this
I probably did.
noxious liquid.
Yeah. Like, I feel 100% fine, but I still got.
It's still there a little bit.
It's still a little bit
Yeah.
like I still got a little of the nasally stuff. It's not. No, I feel fine. I feel 100% fine. I actually felt fine Thursday. We went to go see. We went to go and be on NASCAR.
Yeah, then we drank with those guys, and
And
Friday morning happened. We were all ruined.
All ruined. That was the worst thing. I'm like, I feel good. I wake up Thursday morning, like, I feel good today. I'm not gonna take any more Dayquil, so I'll drink 1,000 fucking 8% alcohol beers tonight.
There should be a limit onto what type of beer can go into a pitcher.
Yeah.
I feel like the pint glass is a good measuring stick. I had 5 pints of beer, and now I'm at my limit.
Yeah.
I don't know how many pints are in a fucking tall boy pitcher.
I don't know.
This was
A
a
lot.
big ass pitcher, too.
They were big pitches. They were the big tall boy pitches. It was worth the money.
Oh, no. Money wise, it was spot on.
Oh,
In
the
fact,
bartender she's the one that said to me, she goes, do you want to just get a pitcher? It's cheaper than getting 3 beers every time. I was like, that's a dumb question. Yes.
Yes, yeah. She was awesome.
And I said,
that
here,
place is
have
great.
Brad's money.
Yeah.
Give me 2 pitchers.
He did spend my money. And it's like, you have no change.
I did. I gave her a $4 tip, and I was like, it's Brad's.
Yeah. What was the name of that? It was Turtle's
The Turtle
Pub?
Tavern.
Turtle Tavern in
Milford, Mass.
In Milford, Mass.
And we were up there to visit the guys from NASCAR, Massachusetts, which is a NASCAR-themed podcast, in case you didn't get the subtle hint in the name of the show. We went up there a little nervous. I won't lie. This was my week in review, pretty much. So
Yes.
I was nervous that we were going to look like jackasses.
Totally out of our element.
But, I mean, you could at least speak to it.
But like I said, it's been about 4 or 5 years since I've even really watched anything. But still.
I did my usual act of subterfuge where I make jokes about myself and try to get ahead of it. And it worked. But these guys really just wanted to hang out.
Yeah.
And so to
We had a good time.
Chad and Sully, thank you for a fantastic fucking time. We will do this again.
Oh, guaranteed. I had a good time with those guys.
It was fun.
Great guys. It was a lot great. The bar was a great place. Had a lot of fun with those guys.
It's funny. The bar was great because Sully made sure it was.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I was like, how do you guys get set up? He's like, well, I'm the bouncer here on Fridays and I work for the boss. I'm like, so this is your bar. You just don't spend any
He
money.
lives
And
upstairs.
He's like, right.
Yeah. His apartment is above it. Yeah.
And let me tell you right now, middle of winter, sleeveless NASCAR T-shirt. We spent the whole evening hanging with this guy, and yet at one point at the end of the night, he came out of his shadow and he still terrified me.
Yeah. He doesn't need sleeves because he scares the cold away.
Yeah.
Nice as fuck, though.
Oh, yeah.
Nice, great group of guys, man. That was a lot of fun. I had a good time.
It was fun.
That was great. We were making jokes that Chad would have gotten if he wasn't a fetus when the references were relevant.
We made some jokes. He's like looking at us like, what? We're like, oh, wait. He's like, how old is he?
12.
26,
26,
27,
yeah,
I think. Yeah.
Yep.
and going on 19. Like
Yeah.
the
I remember
kid-
thinking-
youngest kid I've ever met.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Kid-
was.
I've never met anybody in my life that knew more about NASCAR.
He knows his
The
shit.
kid knows his shit, man.
About everything about NASCAR.
Yeah.
They
Drivers.
both do. Watching
Yeah.
them go
Yeah.
back and forth about it. We hijacked the show, and we do apologize for that. That's just the nature of what we do.
Yeah.
But we
I don't apologize. We told him hey, just so you know, we said that 4 or 5 times.
Yeah,
They're like,
just-
no, we want you to come up. Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
All right, I rescind my apology. I'm taking it back. And Craig, that's your word for next week.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't mean crash Kobe again. That's rescind.
Rescind. I got it. Yeah. I got it.
So fake words you get right away.
Yeah. That's how I talk. Most of my words are made up.
That's it for my week. Honestly, that was the highlight of my week because I'm not doing much of anything else.
I mean, I'm kind of right there with you. It was going out Thursday, hanging out with those guys. It was a lot of fun.
It was a blast.
It was a normal, nothing week other than that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we joked about the beer we drank. One of you sent a text my ass is just, I have the worst gas Friday morning.
I was a disaster. I was like, what the? But I also drank fucking way more fucking medicine than I should have.
Yeah, there was a point where I was hanging out with a 2-year-old and I just let a little squeaker out and I'm like, oh my god! I got up and left. So when Rayanne came downstairs, she thought it was the baby shitting her pants and not me.
Wait, time out. You have a 2-year-old girl that smells like you?
No.
No, but the best was he farted and left the kid
I
there
left her.
with the fart.
Yeah.
You're on your own.
You're on your own.
Stay low.
The worst part is she'll call me every once. She'll call me on it. Not Rayanne, the 2-year-old. She'll be like, "Daddy stinks like garbage." But she'll say she says Daddy's feet. She thinks my feet. I'm like, Daddy's feet aren't that bad. Meanwhile, I'm just blowing hot air into the cushion underneath my ass.
That poor kid.
Yeah.
I used to. That was always my favorite part of early dating, is the first time you fart in front of each other, because that means it's real love. If the first time you say, I'm not going to go home to take a dump. There's a perfectly good bathroom with potpourri in it right here.
You know what's funny is that's
Put
not
your hand in it and mix it up. Just to refresh in the potpourri, bring that top layer and mix it around.
shake it like maracas. You
Yeah.
shake the potpourri around.
You got to get down to the loamy layer.
Yeah. The leaves that haven't touched air yet, you gotta let those out.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was never me. I joke with you guys, I've told stories about shitting my pants and stuff. That's not. I was not raised in a house where it was farting and pooping was open conversation.
No, same here.
Was not. And still, to this day, honestly, Ray and I have been married for years. We've been together for almost 9 years at this point. And it's not common conversation with us. And it's me. I'm looking at Craig because I know his family. Everything is poops and shits, and it's funny. My family, my parents were very, I don't know, conservative, I guess, when it came to bathroom talk.
Yeah.
Even to this day, just yesterday, I picked up the 2-year-old from my parents. My mom's like, when she had her last movement, I'm like, Mom, she pooped. She's talking about a toddler, she had a movement. Mom,
Yeah.
She's put acorns in her diaper, Mom. You can
She's not Mozart.
Yeah.
So when it came to dating and stuff, that for me was always
with
I wasn't.
I'm with
No,
Well,
no.
I started off like that. Because my family, like you said, we'll joke around.
Oh, yeah.
But if there's fucking someone else in the room and I said something like that, my mother would fucking murder me.
Yeah.
She's like, that's not out of house talk.
No.
Well, yeah, it kind of casts a bad light on the family.
or in front of guests talk.
So, and
you know what I mean?
I was nervous the first time we went up to Maine because there's one bathroom in the log cabin, and it's not even done.
And Dave was building log cabins all morning.
It's like Lincoln logs in the bathroom. But there's a gap at the top of their wall to the ceiling that was open.
Yeah.
So if you go in there and you're just fucking ripping ass, everyone in, I was going to say the neighborhood, everyone on in the house is going to hear you.
Yeah.
And then smell it. I'm like, I'm not there. So I would wait till someone was
Dave's
outside
I'll
cooking
shit
breakfast.
on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I used to do that. I had a girlfriend up in Albany, and I used to take a bus up there, and I would shit right before I got on the bus on Friday, and again when I got home on Sunday.
No, that's dedication.
That's
It is.
dedication.
One time in the middle of the night, she was passed out drunk, and I said, "Now's my time," and I found a window.
Yeah.
But that's like I would do that, but what I'm saying is there'd be no conversation about it before or afterwards. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like it didn't happen.
Not my
Unless
house.
I was around.
Well, right.
Dave, what are you doing in there?
My wife is the
And I
one-
knew that. That's why I panicked in Maine.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, we're going to go make breakfast by the fire, which was 200 yards down the hill.
Down the hill, yeah.
So I was like, now's my chance.
Yeah.
You gotta put in like bars and hold
Oh,
on.
I was pounding pots of coffee just to get it out faster.
Yeah.
I've never seen tar move as fast as it did in Maine.
Yeah.
It's like those videos of magma.
Yeah. Then Aunt Michelle, don't flush unless it's at number 2. I'm like,
Yeah.
then they hear me flushing all weekend.
Yeah. I was just pooping in the outhouse with the door open, staring at the river. It was the best.
Yellow is mellow,
And
brown
then
goes down.
Matt came up. He pooped halfway to the outhouse. Didn't even care. He just sat up against a tree.
By the way, I want to shout out my wife right now. 9 times the word pooped has been uttered tonight.
Yeah. And that's all because of her.
She brought that to this show.
Yeah.
We said shit like men.
Yeah.
Poop is funny when you're expecting to hear shit.
You know, my fucking wife, by the way, we put on comedy albums now. That's our thing now. We light a fire and we're sitting and we're playing comedy albums over Alexa on Spotify.
That's awesome.
And it's a blast. We have a great time. There was this one comedian. I was laughing my ass off. She wasn't laughing at all until the guy said diarrhea. And then on top of it, she's on my shit list anyway. We played the new episode the other night. We always
Poop list.
review it before we go out. Literally couldn't stop laughing at Dave. Couldn't stop laughing at Craig. Thinks Craig's delivery is the funniest thing in the world. I made some pretty good jokes last week. I have no
You
problem
did.
saying it. And
did.
didn't laugh once at me. Not once. In the beginning of the show, this was kind of like she's used to me. She's a little too used to my sense of humor. She may have heard the joke before.
Yeah.
Or maybe she saw it coming. No, fuck you. Laugh at my jokes. Jesus fucking Christ. I gave you a ring, 2 children, a house. I have done everything to show my commitment. You send me out of the house every week and you laugh at these 2 jitbags. Jesus Christ. I have been boiling like a big old whitehead zit for fucking weeks now, and then it came to a head this week, literally. She did not laugh at one thing I said. So I point this out 2/3 of the way through the fucking episode, and so I can tell she's like kind of looking at her phone and kind of looking up at me from across the room, and if I'm looking, she'll smile.
She's like, oh, he's
She
talking.
gives you courtesy
I got
smiles?
courtesy smile.
That's even worse.
Oh, it's
The best,
degrading.
the best is it's not that she's not laughing at his joke. She's just like, oh, he's talking. She's just waiting to hear a different voice.
It's the truth. It's the truth. I don't want the deep voice one. Give me the other one. Give me the nasal guy.
She's waiting for a pause. She's like, oh, it's my turn now.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I've had it.
She's like, oh shit, he's talking again.
Fuck you both. You still made it about you. This is why this shit happens.
So what's funny is next week he'll be pissed off about the same thing, but the first 15 minutes of the show has been him bitching about how his wife doesn't like him and he thinks she's just not thinking he's funny. So she's gonna be pissed off to start and not laugh at anything out of spite.
Yeah. And then 2 weeks from now, Brad's gonna come and he's like, I'm pretty confident she was fake laughing at my jokes.
My wife faked it.
Every orgasm for the last 17 years, absolutely in question right now. Wait, hold up. Atlantic City happened. You gambled and won that night, baby.
Halfway through the episode, the next time Melissa goes, "Oh yeah, baby, make me laugh."
Yeah.
Oh, I like that, Daddy, with no emotion behind it.
Zero.
Guys always tell me I'm emotionless. I emoted today.
Yeah.
Fuck off, all of you. I've had it with my friends, my family. God.
Yeah.
You know who likes me? My doctor. Good.
This is new.
That's because you're repeat business. That's why your doctor likes you. Keep coming back.
This is
Have
new.
another beer.
Dave.
What?
Yeah, but the doctor's going to be the only one at my first ever comedy show, Stumpy B Live.
Catch him half on stage.
Catch him while he's still balanced on stage. They're gonna set up 2 stools.
He gets half of one crutch.
Stand-up-ish comedy.
Oh shit, we call him Brad Pegs. He comes out.
You just make pirate jokes the whole time. What state you live in? R.I.
Yeah. That was good.
Well, at least you're laughing. I know who isn't. She's
That
at
was
home
pretty
right now
fucking
with my
funny.
god-awful kids.
With my god awful kids. Jesus.
You ever pick a
Oh,
scab
shit.
early in the day and you got to deal with it all day long? You go through several pairs of socks when you pick that scab. Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right, so everybody's week was good?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my god! Before we get too far, though, Craig, you mentioned drinking a different beer like Brad every Saturday. Well,
Yeah.
this weekend will be tomorrow. We'll get pictures from him, but
Yeah.
he actually posted a picture today. You and I are drinking a new beer
Yeah.
tonight. It's called Thunderfunk
Thunderfunk.
from
I love
Bentwater Brewing Company. I bought it purely on the name.
it.
And
It's good.
Before I opened it, my wife was like, "Is that what you're hoping to smell like by Tuesday?" Now, I bought it purely on the name, but I'm going to drink it again because it tastes good.
I wish your kid was here because tomorrow you'd wake up and she'd be like, Thunderfunk. I would just want to hear her say it so bad.
I'll get it recorded.
Yeah. But
I'm hearing AC/DC in my head right now.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like instead
right?
of Thunderstruck.
Thunderfunk!
Thunderfunk.
But it's good.
No, it's good beer. I like
enjoy
it.
it.
I
I
enjoyed
enjoy
it.
It's an IPA. It's not super strong, but there's like a fruity part of it.
It's actually tropical. That's what they say on
Is
the
that what it is?
can.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm getting like, I don't want to get into, oh, no, actually, they do say it, mango.
Is that what it
Oh,
is?
that's what it
And
is.
a little bit of honey, and I think that's what finishes there. It's
The
it's
honey
pretty
is what
smooth.
smooths it out because I'm usually not into the overly citrusy IPAs. This is not like that at
It's
all.
an
This is
IPA that
actually-
doesn't bite.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you can taste the hops. It just doesn't bite
Very
you.
smooth. It's good. I enjoy
And
it.
the nice, like this Bent Water is from Lynn, Massachusetts, and I didn't tell you guys, but I bought a 6-pack and it came with $30 of bail money. And a quarter for a phone call.
Bent water, straight bars.
So we're drinking Bent Water. So the Bent Water Thunderfunk,
Yep.
I will toast to that.
Yeah.
First time in the
I
middle, right?
listen to- Yeah.
Absolutely. And actually, can I throw a shout out to what I put on Insta earlier?
Yeah, that's what I was going to throw it to you because you're drinking something else.
I'm drinking a few other things. Right now, we shouted this one a few weeks ago, but I want to give a shout out to a local one. And that would be Night Shift Brewing. And they're based right up the road. I forget what town it is. I don't have the can in front of me, but they're about halfway between here and Boston. But they're doing a partnership with the Guild over in Pawtucket, which is very close to here.
That's next door.
And they
Yeah.
created, I go and I'm back on these seltzers, put all the jokes aside. I'm trying to be a decent diabetic. And they made what they're calling craft seltzers now.
Yeah.
And $7.99 a 4-pack got me 2 different varieties of Hoot Hard Seltzer.
Hoot.
And it's the same branding that they use on their beer. 16-ounce tall boy can. Absolutely goddamn phenomenal.
You're fucking in love with it because you were like freaking out over it.
Well,
You were like crack at it. You're like, hey, if you see any anywhere, get it.
No.
I bought
This-
700 cans by myself. I'm running out, baby.
it's for the teas. It's for the
That was
teas.
for
I'm
the
talking
tea-
about
yeah.
the hard seltzer I got today.
But you were freaking out about these earlier. You were like, these are fucking
Oh, these things
fantastic.
too are great. These are Wildish Teas. I'm actually talking with them on Facebook. We have a dialogue going right now.
Yeah.
Because I mentioned that I
To
was
change their name to 1 foot.
yeah.
1 foot salsa. That's what I would call it.
I would call it 50% fewer footprints. No, Wildish is another brand. They're drinkwildish.com. Check them out. It's basically like a twisted tea, but it's actual brewed iced tea. Doesn't taste like sweet like Snapple.
Yeah.
And it's 4% alcohol, so it's a real lightweight drink. But let me tell you, these things go down like water. And so I'm actually talking with them, and I might send them a resume. That's how much I like these things. I got these 2 idiots out on APB, just trying to find these things.
He's like,
wherever
I will
they can.
Venmo you immediately.
I know.
If you see him, buy all of them. That was his words.
Yeah.
If you see him, buy them all, and I will Venmo you the money
and
immediately.
that's a great transition right there because it's the Venmo.
Venmo. Venmo, whatever. I don't use it.
And Dave, I think you know what part of the show it is.
I use PayPal. Venmo, whatever the fuck that is. Venmo. I did say female, did I? Whatever.
When you first got a DVR, it was a Taivu, right?
Still waiting for Fran to wire him some money so we can go out tonight.
I went to the Adam.
Well, you had to get cash because we were going to watch the game on ESPN 2.
ESPN 2.
But I do believe, God. Craig, you earned a couple words this week.
Yeah.
Dave, lead the way, my friend.
Yeah, so Craig, to continue our new tradition of giving you some education into our native language.
This is like Latin shit.
It's not Latin. You have, because you were smart-ass last week with, what was the word you had last week? Do you remember it?
Yes, conflagration.
All right. And it meant?
Burning. What? Like a lot of it.
A lot of burning, right? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, a lot of burning. Like what happened,
and I knew that.
What happened to the three of us in the bathroom Friday morning.
Yes.
So because you were smart ass and decided you knew the word
I knew the word right away because, well, not immediately. You said something and it triggered it, and I was like, oh, that's where I heard it, and I knew what it was
that's
from.
because Brad and I we didn't want to be total assholes and say, just throw a word at you and not give you any hints. But
but you're going to do it twice this week.
Oh, we should be giving you 6 words tonight.
You earned 6 last week, and by the way, we were assholes because you were an asshole. Let's be clear.
I wasn't an asshole.
You were
First of all,
cocky for a language you don't know.
Well, it was a word. The thing was, I knew it, and I was like, you guys are fucking with me, and I was like, good, I know the word. So I did get a little cocky.
So what we did is we put it back out on social.
Yeah.
Twice this week.
Twice.
We give everyone two chances to fuck up your night, and we got quite the responses. So the number one response, and it wasn't because I'm biased. It came from my wife, your cousin. And what's your first word? I'm going to let you pronounce it, too. He got 2 letters in. 2 letters in, he stumbled. 2.
Unpropitious.
Wow. No.
Try again.
One more time. Because it's entertaining for the rest of us.
Unpropitious. No,
that's the same thing you said. You just said it louder.
Unpropitious.
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 See, now you can't. It's contagious.
See, fuck you.
Unpropitious.
Okay.
That's your first word.
Okay.
Your second word came from our friend Joey B. And what is your second word, Craig?
Quiddity?
That is correct.
Thank you.
So you have until the end of this episode to use both words correctly.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And you have 1 shot to do it.
Fuck you, Joe.
What's amazing is, even though it wasn't intentional, these words can be used very well in the same sentence. And one of them really applies to Craig.
And one actually applies to the situation we're in.
Agreed.
All right, say, how do you pronounce the first one again?
I'm sorry, you've had your chance.
Unpropitious.
Yes.
Unpropitious.
So thank you, Instagram, for providing us with some more fodder, being Craig's ability to speak his native language.
That means
and I ain't gonna fuck around and take any cracks at it.
Okay.
I'm gonna let this ride in my head and think about it.
All right, so it's the Brad and Dave show for the next hour.
Yeah. No. It's.
Can you want to take the batteries out of the smoke alarm?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get. I have no fucking clue. But I'll think.
And that's the best you can do. Give it a shot.
Something might click as we're talking.
Hey, give it the old college try. Oh, sorry.
Oh, give it the old high school. Oh. Sorry.
Is there a good old GED try?
Yeah, there is.
I'll get it eventually. All right, let's do a show.
Let's do a show.
Okay, I made a joke a few minutes ago about my god-awful children, but you know what? All joking aside, I'm glad I still have them. Unfortunately, the subject of our first headline of the week doesn't have her kid around anymore. Very sadly, your daughter died. There's nothing funny about that.
No.
But one of the things we're concerned about is the lengths people will go to get just one more proverbial moment with the deceased. And thanks to virtual reality, that's exactly what's capable now, or what's available for people to use now. And the headline is, if you don't mind scrolling down, Dave.
I'm doing my best. It's frozen. I'm sorry.
I fucked
up my computer.
It was a Korean woman, South Korean woman.
She's definitely not North Korean.
No, definitely not.
She wasn't allowed to see her daughter when she was alive.
Or the son.
Right.
It was a South Korean woman. Went on stage. It was actually a virtual reality. She did this in front of people, and they did it as a documentary.
This was like Tony Stark doing his barf thing at the beginning of that last
Infinity
War movie.
Yeah.
And she put on a virtual reality helmet. Now, her daughter died 3 years ago.
Yeah. She had a disease.
She had a disease. It was an incurable disease. The daughter died. The daughter was 7 years old. And she went on stage and put on this VR helmet. And her daughter appeared in front of her. And it was pretty fucking realistic looking.
Yeah.
So it was on when would have been her 10th birthday.
And they used... like they use for lost children, what they would look like now if her children had been missing for several years. They aged them.
They used whatever pictures were available in audio they had of this girl's voice. So not only did they recreate what she looked like, they recreated her voice.
And it was fun. The thing that pissed me off the most was when this woman as soon as the girl appears, the woman immediately fucking starts crying.
Of course she did.
Of course she did. And I get that. The worst thing was the first line. What she said. I've missed you.
Where have you been?
Where have you been? Did you think about me?
That's the first thing they had the daughter say to her.
She's racked with grief.
I actually got. No. What I'm saying is they had the daughter say that to the mother.
Yeah.
Where have you
programmed
been?
her to say that? Well,
yeah. And I'm like, what do you mean? Where have you? Like making it seem like this woman has been negligent.
Well, I didn't have time to get to fucking Best Buy to see you.
Yeah.
The Geek Squad was on break. Fucking assholes.
Yeah, but I was like, what a bunch of fucking
Had
dickheads.
to wait for President's Day sales to
Yeah.
ruin.
And
Like the first words could have been, "Hi, mommy. Like I love you," or "I've missed you."
I've missed you. I can see the "I miss you" thing.
Where have you been?
There might have been.
Where have you been?
You know
was
what?
awful.
I think what they were going for. Let me play devil's
Was
advocate here.
maybe saying like she doesn't realize she's dead.
Or maybe saying a psychologist has to be involved here. A psychologist might have said something along the lines of, "I've never left you. Where have you been?
Where I've never.
I'm not gone. I live on in your heart," or something
Or
along those lines.
then we can buy fucking underwear out of the fucking vending machine around the corner. It's fucking Japan and Korea. They're fucked up. So no, they're probably not. They're probably like, "Where you been?"
Time out. Did you guys catch him make a Japanese joke and then correct himself halfway through?
Yeah,
I know I did. Vending machine, a few thousand miles away.
Yeah, a few thousand miles away.
With the whole ocean in between.
Yeah. But I mean, it was. I felt for the woman so much. Like I got chills watching it because it was fucking
The
ridiculous.
technology by itself it's amazing.
Now I have a lesser one. I have an Oculus, which is still impressive.
Right.
I put that thing on. I'm like, holy shit! There's this one training simulator for when you first get it, like so you know how to use it. It's fucking ridiculous. It's like you're in the room.
Yeah.
It's impressive, and it's not glitchy. It's not It's
What happens when you look at your feet? Does it simulate your feet?
No, it doesn't. If you look straight down, if you look straight down, it looks like you will in 10 years. They're not there.
Just 2 question marks on the ground.
2 404 errors.
It's a little Korean girl going, "Where did you go?"
Yeah. No, it's when you look down, it just kind of shows. It'll show a circle actually on the ground, so you know.
Almost like it when you're playing a video game. It's like, this is where you are. This is your space.
This is where you are,
Okay.
and not only that, when you like with the Oculus, when you first put it on, you set up a safe zone so you don't wander out of it because you will. You won't even realize you're fucking walking away. You know what I mean? So it said, and when you do reach outside, it lights up red, so you know. So you kind of stay in one split.
Can you play it near a cliff?
You can. Yep.
What you
No, he was asking you to do that.
Personally do
No,
it.
not if it's possible. He's asking you to go to a cliff and play with the Oculus.
No, but so I get that this company is doing it 10 fucking fold upon what that is.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. And I saw the video. They were showing it, what she was seeing.
Yeah.
And it was very realistic.
You could tell it was a simulation, but when you look at the rendition of the girl, spot on.
Spot on. It was.
And you know in that setting, they're not focused on the background.
Yeah. No. And they weren't. And they did it because they did a birthday party. They did her 10th birthday party. They had a cake.
Yeah.
The mother was putting the candles in the cake. And the whole time the mother's just sobbing. It was awful. I watched it. It was heartwarming and heartbreaking at the same time because this poor woman who lost a daughter at such a young age is doing it's. But at the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, this is not fucking healthy.
No. There's a danger. Like, here's the thing. So this is 3 years after the fact for this woman.
Yes.
Which may be enough time for her to have gotten over it. And like, I just want to see her one more time.
Yeah.
I get that. I hear that from Rayanne. You would probably have the same thing with Ray. Like, I just want to get swore at and hit in the face one more time. Right? Like, I miss having screws dug into my back for no reason.
Yeah, right.
But like, I took this and I projected it into the future where this technology becomes more accessible quicker.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So you get someone that goes through this tragedy, something happens, and then all of a sudden, hey, let me just pull this person back, and they get lost in this place.
That's the thing is you get like I can do that. I can put on a video and from an older birthday party or whatever, or look at a picture from another time. I can hear that person's voice. I can see that person. I can remember that time and laugh because I was there.
Right.
Not creating new memories with a fake person.
But the other part is you've already dealt with the emotions and everything. Like, you've accepted what's happened. There's danger here with people who haven't or aren't willing to accept what's happened.
Because that woman is going to want to go back tomorrow.
Yeah.
She's going to want to go back an hour later because she's going to just want to, and maybe start neglecting her other children that she has.
Right.
And I'm not blaming her. Her daughter passed away. That's awful.
It's awful.
And she wants to be with her, and I get that. And but almost now feel like I have to be there to protect her or whatever. Now I can protect her.
How many times have we talked about people that have relationships with fucking sex dolls?
Yeah.
Like, this is an interactive version of your loved one.
Of your loved one that you lost. This is different.
It is a shorter road here for someone to come home and find his wife on the couch with that helmet on, having a day with the daughter that has been gone for 4 years.
Yeah. And
It's scary.
Part of death is acceptance.
Yes.
Okay. This just prolonged whatever acceptance issue she was having.
Or set her back.
There was obviously a desire for this because she jumped at the opportunity to do it. Somebody arranged for this to happen. Programmers worked on it. Clearly she was not dealing well.
Right.
I think their end goal, if they truly had reasons beyond showing off the technology, I think they wanted her to say, okay, you can have your one last time, but it has to be a last time. It isn't going to be. She's going to ask for this again and again and again and again. And I think we've just regressed her 1,000 years, and it's a shame. I also hope that Eric Clapton does this, and they can both fall out of open windows.
I want another Grammy.
He just... Eric Clapton puts it on. He stands at the base of the building and just looks up. He's going to put his arms out and catch him. It's a game.
I've got you. They're throwing sandbags at him for the realism. What the fuck did Jeselnik say about him? They called him a clumsy little lad.
Yeah.
I lost my shit.
He was a clumsy little lad.
Yeah. The way he phrased it, he was like, I think we can all agree he was a clumsy little lad.
My God.
I mean, why on earth was that window open? That was high in the air.
Yeah.
High in the air. I mean, Ethan is way older than that kid was, and I don't trust him or his head with gravity at any point.
No.
No.
So, that was a mean joke, but fuck Eric Clapton. You wrote one good song and was with a band. You suck. You just suck. I don't know who Layla was, but she left you for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
You suck.
You're an asshole. Yeah. And you're a horrible babysitter.
Imagine his Yelp review.
Yeah.
2 stars. Constantly looking away.
His first band's name described his ability as a father.
You're talking about Cream, right?
Yes. Oh, yes, he was. I got it right away.
Foam doesn't have the same ring.
No. Oh, shit.
All right, so that was a tender moment we just shit all over.
Yeah, it was.
Or as Dave would
that
say,
was
pooped all over.
We pooped
that was
all
awful.
over. Oh my god.
All right.
That poor woman.
All right, let's talk about a nicer story.
All right.
All right, so I'll bring it in with this one. Yeah. So this is a local story.
Yeah.
Just happened in Massachusetts,
was just
not too far from here.
No.
So the headline is Good Samaritan
Thank
trying
God
to
it was
save
over 300 yards. Sorry, guys.
Just step back, you're fine.
Yeah.
Good Samaritan trying to save neighbor from dog attack accidentally shoots and kills him with a crossbow.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, first of all, he had the crossbow at the ready. Like, he didn't run in the house,
No,
open the safe.
No, was in the apartment.
He ran into his apartment. He grabbed the crossbow, and the best was this in the article. It says he ran into his apartment, grabbed the crossbow. He had a license to carry.
They
A crossbow?
even the press conference by the
Yeah.
police investigator, I think it was the captain, was like, he had a license for this weapon. He's supposed to have.
No, yeah. Well, that's what they were trying to get at. But the article says he had a license to carry.
Yeah.
That's.
It's good.
That's
Walking Dead
that's
now.
a fucking.
Right.
And I'm like, what? He just walked down the street with this thing.
License to carry.
But it was just funny.
This thing just hanging off his hip.
So he went to his apartment.
Crossbow.
What it was it was the apartment upstairs,
Yeah.
and the guy managed to barricade himself in the room, and these 2 dogs were his own dogs.
It was, yeah.
It was his 2 own dogs were trying to kill him.
And he was actually yelling, shoot
The dogs.
from within his own apartment.
Yeah. And
What do you think happened there? I mean, how do your dogs just turn on you?
well,
Even the
it's-
worst pits in the
part
world are
was
loyal.
the worst part is it had happened before, about 2 years.
Oh,
in
I didn't know this.
In 2018, the dogs had attacked somebody in his house.
Oh, it wasn't him, though.
And it
was
wasn't
in his house?
him,
Okay.
but it was in his house. So now these dogs were unstable. I mean, I don't know anything about the victim,
I don't know either.
but if you got 2 pit bulls, there's 2 things going on. This is what I always said. You got 2 pit bulls. You love dogs. You like the breed. And you're just a normal person. Or you're hey, I'm a tough guy. I'm going to have pit bulls. And not train them right and not do the right thing. And hope that, and of course they're going to be loyal to you in the beginning. And you might want them to be a little mean. So when somebody comes to your door, you're like, oh, hold on. Let me,
Yeah, you don't have 2 pit bulls because you like lap dogs.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
You're not sitting on your couch stroking your pet under a fucking knit blanket watching Murder, She Wrote. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what you're doing.
No, you're not. But
What?
then there's people
Angela Lansbury was a badass.
But
She was
then
the
there's-
best murderer in history.
But then there's people that actually like the breed for certain reasons, and you can bring those dogs up right.
You can't.
I have Rottweilers. I have one Rottweiler. I've had this is she's my second one. How much of a pussy is that dog? If you walked into my yard and yelled at her right now, she'd fucking take off.
They've
She'd be like, "No, oh fuck no!" He yelled at me. She would come and run to me like, "Why'd he yell at me?" Yeah,
we brought a 1.5-year-old to your house
Yeah.
and let her interact with the dogs.
And how gentle is Sasha's the most gentle thing in the world.
Right.
I'm more concerned about my chocolate lab because he's clumsy and dumb.
So here's the thing: something went on.
know?
Well, something has gone on
Yeah.
inside of that apartment,
And
and
I'm
has
not
let
vi-
these dogs. They may not be vicious, but there was some circumstances
Yeah.
that caused them to attack.
To attack. And
their owner.
I'm not victim blaming.
No,
Dude, I'm not victim blaming. What I'm
I mean,
saying
he
is-
should have gotten out of the way. But
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah. But he barricaded himself behind the
Duck!
door, and the guy shot at the dog, and it grazed the dog by
He
the
got
neck.
the dog, but he hit
and it
the
went,
owner.
and then it went clean through the door and shot the guy right in the chest. And dropped him like a hot, like just done, over.
The guy, he didn't get hurt anymore.
No, he didn't. No,
was good.
dogs didn't get him.
No.
I'd say that was a clean kill.
Yep.
I'm all for it. I don't know why anybody has a need for a crossbow near Boston.
No, well, you never. I mean, there's hunting areas that you can go to from there.
Apparently, apartment 2B.
Yeah.
Fresh dog meat.
No, again, there's people that hunt. I mean, you can live in Boston.
Picture
Hunt.
guys
You
sitting
can,
in a fucking duck blind in the hallway.
You can
waiting for the door to open.
yeah.
He's got camouflage mesh all over.
Poor old woman down the hall comes out. It's like, shh.
You can drive 45 minutes an hour in either direction and go somewhere to hunt.
His crossbow
You know what
just
I mean?
seems like an odd weapon to have just inside your apartment.
No,
For an apartment building? Yeah. But legally, he's
Is
allowed
it?
to have it.
Is it?
Couch.
Maybe he had it because he was afraid of the dogs.
Maybe. You know,
To be
but
fair,
you know
I'm
what?
coming from a different mentality. I got in
See-
the car tonight, and Craig handed me a pocket knife, said, I bought this for you.
Yeah, I did. I handed him a knife today. I was like, "Oh, I got this for you." I was at the store the other day.
Nice.
And I'm like, golly jeepers. I'm like, what's coming?
I have a shotgun for you in the house. But my thing is, I get it. Like, my thing is, like they said, the guy has a license to carry. I think what they're referring to is this guy's a legal owner of the crossbow and the gun, and guns. And I think this guy had guns.
Probably.
And what it was he was like, I can't fire my gun in this apartment building.
But I can shoot this.
But I can shoot this. That's what he was thinking. That was what I was thinking. He's walking like, I can't just randomly fire my gun through the fucking.
You know, and actually, now that you mention that, it's almost like good on the police at the press conference, because if they hadn't mentioned it, those would be the next headlines.
Yeah, and no,
just
they
said,
said
"Listen,
there's no charges.
But time out.
There was
That is indicative of everything that's wrong with the media today. They wrote we're going to cover our ass. This is not going to become a fucking gun story line.
They had to run their press
They
conference.
had to include that, including the press conference. It went into the story. Everybody had to indicate that this guy was able to legally carry. Why is that relevant right now? Somebody's life was ended because of a bad event. That's
Like
the
hardcore,
story.
like he was a fucking Apache. Like,
Yeah.
He didn't throw a fucking hatchet through the door.
Why at this point? Why not? You're suburban Boston. You're not expecting an arrow.
Like the police show up, there's 3 dog scalps marked on the wall.
no, I've fired many a crossbow, and I'll tell you, I know that thing's gonna go through that door.
Dude, when we were in Maine, Uncle Mike has one.
That thing will go through that door, through the wall behind it.
It's it's not like shooting a bow and arrow, where like you draw, you let go, and you can watch the arrow fly down range.
Do you understand? I've fired them too.
It's
what I'm
insane.
saying though is that
I'm not talking to you. I was just talking
in general. And
Oh,
saying,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, then,
No, I wasn't trying to school you. I'm just saying, like,
Oh,
when
all
you
right.
shoot a crossbow, it's like you pull the trigger, the fucking bolt
feet-
is through the target
the
already.
feet per second are very
insane.
much fucking the same. And
It's almost like shooting a
it's got more weight behind it. It's
Yeah.
it's
I'm not gonna lie to you. I prefer it. I think it's a more satisfying shot.
There's no recoil. There's not like if you're on target,
no.
you're on.
You're
and
on.
it feels good when it lands. It
Yeah.
really does. Again, though, I the fact that
It didn't land. Well, it did, just not on target.
He missed target, but he hit.
Yeah, but he hit.
he needed something
You get a
big and
double
vicious.
lung shot that all hunters are looking for. You know, you want that double lung shot to slow him down. He got it.
Tom Berenger's at home's like 1 shot, 2 kills.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You were right about half of that. Tom Berenger is definitely home.
Yeah.
Major,
What? We saw him at Comic-Con. It's because his nurse is off now at 7 p.m.
Major League 4 isn't happening.
Yeah.
Corbin Burnson couldn't get his delivery of fucking Meals on Wheels to his house on time.
I think he should have ended his career when he successfully carried Kirstie Alley's fat ass out of Cheers on the last episode.
He walked out the door and saw the stairs, and it was like, fuck it.
Yeah,
I'm out.
the styrofoam fake steps collapsed. Fat Scientologist twat.
She's a Scientologist?
Oh, very much so.
Is she really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's a card carrying one.
She's
Really?
she's a hardcore. Like she's like a fucking Tom Cruise. Fucking.
She's almost at that level.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
In
I didn't know
Hollywood,
Christiana was
like
in it.
he's here and she's here.
She's right there.
But in Scientology, they're like peers.
It's like Cruz,
Yeah.
Travolta, then
That's
then
why he's got
Christiana.
that one tooth in the middle.
And from what I hear,
hell?
Travolta's actually sinking. If you actually read up on this shit, because his Hollywood career is going so poorly right now that he's lost clout in the church. This whole thing, there's a reason it's a
so
Hollywood
it's
thing.
it's a money thing.
They make money off
They
of
make
it.
money, and the
That's
best
all
thing
it is.
they
It's a
s-
scheme.
Have you heard about like the other? They say if Tom Cruise is showing up at one of the churches, it's like all hands on deck. They fucking it's insane.
She's
what
their
they
golden
do.
child.
Yeah,
He's actually arguably as powerful as Miscavige is by now.
yeah.
And that
makes sense.
That's a
Yep.
big deal, though.
That's
I mean,
huge.
he's the only guy that has, like, he can hold court with
Yeah.
the high papal
Yeah.
whatever hierarchy.
He doesn't get bad press either. That's the thing. You know, like
He does it. He does his thing. He does his movies.
He's
and
had a
then
few like marriages and divorces, but there's been nothing overtly like bad.
No.
I don't like the guy.
No,
I hate the fact that I like some of his movies because
no.
it's
His
him.
movies are good. And
Shut your face. We're about to fight in my own basement. But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying, like you don't see him. He's not causing bad headlines.
No,
Like the worst thing
well,
you
he
hear
is
about
for
it.
dentists.
Well,
there's that.
That tooth.
It's in the middle.
It's how did that
I
happen?
don't know. It's wide.
Yeah.
It's like
it's a buck tooth. Anybody else would be mocked mercilessly. Tom had a veneer made.
it's not buck teeth, buck tooth. It's one. It's like a fucking headstone in the middle of his mouth.
I want him to start every cob of corn I've ever eaten. I just want to get him to get me going, and then I'll take over.
have you ever tried to like open a can or a bottle with like your teeth, and you try to like angle it? He just fucking straight on, bump, done.
He's like a fucking narwhal.
Fucking narwhal.
It's ridiculous.
The next Top Gun movie, the front of his fucking jet has the longest radar antenna ever on the front of it. The nose cone's 38 feet long.
You can be my bottle opener anytime.
Yeah.
Bullshit. You can be mine.
Oh my god.
I can't wait to watch that movie because fucking fat, sluggish, oozing Val Kilmer is in it.
Oh my god.
He literally melts into whatever seat he's in.
Oh, it's awful.
No, it was great. Is Val Kilmer was in the fucking the Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Was he?
He has no lines.
Really?
He's just in it.
But he plays. It's fucking hilarious. They did it fucking awesome.
All right.
Because they did.
So talk about what he does in the movie.
Well, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But he comes out. He's
Let
like,
me spoil
he plays-
this. I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
And we also talked about Star Wars 8 minutes after it hit theaters. I think
Yeah.
we can spoil this
Nah,
one.
it was just good. He comes out. He plays. He's like a villain, But he says nothing, and just does the part. I don't know. It was fucked up. It was pretty good. You have to see it. It was funny. I'm
Thanks
not
a
gonna.
lot, Siskel.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. It was really good.
The only 2 minutes of the film shot in widescreen.
Oh yeah,
His close-ups.
just to get his fucking cheeks in it.
Val Kilmer fans, go IMAX.
Yep.
Go IMAX.
There's no lighting, so he didn't melt.
Yeah. When he's got fucking 150 on Kevin Smith, you know shit's going on.
He looks like how burnt garlic smells.
I was going to say an old candle, but
That
win.
works.
You win.
That's what an old goop candle smells.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That would be even worse. So, like the third day of the goop vagina candle. The first day, it's probably fresh. It's fuckable. But the
Next day, it's got hairs in it.
He just described a candle as fuckable.
It's
a
got
vagina.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that wax nice and soft. I'm gonna light that candle and blow it out. Wait 3 minutes, then I'm in.
How else am I going to describe a vagina? It's real childbirthy. It's hemorrhaging and shedding its lining once a month. Of course I'm going to go with the best part of it, the fuckability.
Where's the wick? It's like at the top. It's not definitely. It's not in this.
Just
the
picture
wick-
Melissa coming home
not
from
in the
work early.
center.
Melissa comes home from work early. It's a bunch of like dried out, half eggshell shaped pieces of wax around the basement where Brad's been smelling, lighting the candle.
Imagine that. I try to set up a romantic evening by lighting those candles in our bedroom. She just accuses me of cheating on her. You fucking that old hag next door?
All this dried wax looks like German military helmets. What have you been doing down here?
Whittling.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
Oh, fuck it. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's just, yeah, fuck that. Yeah.
My God, we call back to so many old jokes. What's new in soup, guys?
Yeah.
Any Thai restaurants got corpses in it?
I'm sure.
All right, Craig. You can't use your words this week on this one.
No.
That was a free hint.
Free porn has been offered to the quarantined coronavirus cruise passengers.
Bravo.
So free porn's been offered to all these
Sick people
stuck on the cruise ships
Now,
because of the coronavirus.
I was sick all week and I got a fever and I tried to jerk off once and it sucks.
Well, you drank all the lube.
Yeah. Trying to masturbate with a fever is worthless. It's just not. It's useless.
It's like trying to pick a lock with a rubber band.
Yeah.
See, I would think it'd be easier because you don't have to jerk. You're gonna shiver the whole time.
Exactly. It's like pick a lock with a rubber band. Oh my God!
You just end up chafed and disappointed.
It's sad. Yeah, everything's hot. It burns. You're fucking uncomfortable.
It does burn.
Yeah.
And I have yet to understand that.
Yeah.
Why does that burn?
Why does it burn?
I got a fever in my head.
Yeah. But you know those people, they were like,
You finish jerking off, you're like, hot, 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 hot.
the adrenaline wears off. Now you're just holding a baked potato out of the microwave.
Also, you're trying to run and finish in the bathroom next to the sink.
You're like a mogwai. Bright light, bright light.
oh my God.
So you were sick?
Yeah. But my thing was, I was like, it doesn't. Those people have been in the boat for fucking weeks.
3.5 weeks.
3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
They
Now-
planned at most. They planned
Now-
for a week.
Think about a cruise. 90% of that cruise is couples,
Okay, yeah,
right? I would say 90% is couples.
I would even if we're getting stuck on numbers. Most people.
Most people. I would say most of those people are pregnant now. Because they've been just banging for 3. What else are you going to do?
Let me tell you right now.
So now you're going to send them
I disagree.
porn.
Everybody on there is cranky, tired, smelly, uncomfortable, and panicking. I'm having trouble getting hard.
Yeah,
I
I don't know. Like, I think there's gonna probably be phases. There's gonna be phases. You're gonna be stuck for a little while, and you're gonna be like, all right, it's not that bad, but you've only planned for 7 or 8 days of close.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Here's the crazy thing: a lot of these people are able to have things delivered to their rooms.
Yeah.
If you read the story, they're getting like Amazon deliveries of food and clothes.
Yeah,
and all.
they're definitely doing their best to take care of these people to keep them comfortable.
Right. But like, so like, all right, we'll give them free porn. But
Yeah,
the headline isn't about all the free food and all the shit that they're able to get.
That guy was trying to get. It wasn't the cruise line that was doing it.
No.
It was a porn company. What the hell was the name of it? I know the name of it. I'm sorry. Something.
Yeah, I got to think of it.
I couldn't remember. But their vice president came out and said, "We will send them free cam videos and all, like tokens.
It's not like, hey, we're giving you a free subscription or login to our site. It's
No,
like, hey,
we're
here's
giving
a
you
camera so you
tokens.
can like, yeah.
We're going to give you free cam videos of other people locked in rooms.
Yeah.
Cam Soda was the company.
Yeah. Canned soda. That's what it was. Yep. And they want to offer these people porn.
And I guess if you're getting bored, but I mean, porn, that satisfies
But
you
still.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Then you realize, wait a minute, now I'm messy, I'm sweaty, and I'm not going to be able to shower because this boat's run out of water.
Know what amazed me, though, is that HBO, after that Netflix or HBO didn't stand up and say, hey, we'll give you full access to Netflix, HBO, Showtime, whatever.
Nobody else. Yeah.
Nobody else stood up. And that's something that can legitimately take up more. You know, you turn on porn, it's like, fucking 10 minutes. Now I'm not interested in porn anymore.
Right.
You
want to get me excited if I'm stuck on this giant tube of fluids? Okay. Because that's it. You're a mile from land.
I just spilled beer all over me.
You are literally looking at where your destination is. You could probably see your car in the lot if you took long-term parking. It's sitting there. Porn for me would be a picture of a healthy lung.
It's a video of a family driving home.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, after a while, I just want the pizza, not the guy.
Yeah. But like, not just that. Like these, I don't know if you've ever been on a cruise. The rooms are smaller than what we're sitting in now.
Yeah.
No, they're tiny.
Like you have enough. There's enough space to fit a bed.
Take a shower, go to the bathroom, walk out, move around, like
Now,
scurry around the side.
When you
and lay
say
down.
shower, you're not thinking like it's a shower like you have at home. So for me, I'd have to go in. I'd have to soap up the walls, put the water on, step in, and just twirl around a few times, and then I'm done. Like that's my shower.
He looks like a goop candle.
It is tiny.
Yeah.
If you get the normal people rooms, the ones they show you on the videos, that's not
that's
how
not
they're
the ones.
living.
No, me showering
you
looks
have
like
to
someone
upgrade.
with like the drill mixing drywall mud in a fucking bucket. Like that's what I look like inside the shower.
You have to upgrade a little bit, which we did this time. I upgraded a little bit this time.
What'd you do?
Well, that's why we're not right. We're down the hall from you. You have the same room.
We're in stowage. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, no, you have the same room. You have the balcony, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a balcony. When you get a balcony, it's bigger.
You can step outside. Like I don't care how small. If my room was enough
It's
space
still
for a
not big.
bed and a toilet, if I can step outside in my own space without people around me, I'm happy.
You're happy. That's the thing is you can walk outside for a minute, get some fresh air, come back in. It's still not a huge fucking suite.
No.
You know what I mean? That you're staying in.
It's a dorm room with a door to go outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I have? $3,000 extra and a ton of regrets.
And a wife who doesn't think you're funny.
Yep.
Well, that's been going on for years. It just came to a head this week.
But here's the thing. A lot of these people are not in those rooms. They're in the center of the ship where they have no windows, or they're below sea level. Even if they're on the side of the boat, still no windows.
No windows. Yep.
So you're stuck in a
put
fucking
in the
closet.
videos now, though. Have you seen that? They put the video screens in that gives you the picture of the horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and it emulates the movement of the boat, so you don't,
you don't get
lose,
seasick.
you don't lose
Yeah.
your horizon,
And
and
you-
that's important.
yeah.
That's
I
insane.
got seasick the last day of a cruise because
Really?
Well, what happens is they go purposely slow on the way down. Because they want you to really sightsee, take it in. It's relaxing. The last day, they turn up the engines to make up that lost time.
Fucking crank it.
And they fucking crank. They pull in. It's almost like you could hear the brakes hitting and them skidding into the harbor.
Yeah. Yeah. Get the fuck off, you punks.
Well, more or less. Because you
pieces
see,
of shit.
when you get off the ship, you can see people already lining up
Yeah.
to
For the
get
next
on
cruise.
for the next
Yeah.
cruise. And all of a sudden, everybody on that ship that was like that bartender that was your friend all week and that guy that watched your kids and he was really awesome, they don't give a fuck about you.
Nope.
The last day
They
of a
want that
cruise
tip.
is so depressing.
Yep.
So depressing. But oh God, I really wish I was fucking going. I mean, just for the free porn.
But that's the thing. It's not free porn. It's
No.
free cameras with access to.
They're giving them tokens, basically like an app.
Yeah.
So they thinking We're going to lure these people into getting onto our site and getting a subscription.
This company did the same thing before the Super Bowl.
They're pieces of shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Before the big game. They offered these cameras to the Chiefs and the 49ers as well.
They're pieces of shit.
You ever put Super Bowl into the Pornhub search? No. Very different thing. No football.
No.
7 of them featured Tom Brady, though. And usually a gay guy standing over a photo of him. Sorry.
Super Bowl is one girl, a giant fucking funnel, and a bunch of grimaces.
Yeah. Oh my god!
I thought it was like a Japanese girl, or as Craig would say, a South Korean.
That's right.
Yeah, some nondescript Asian girl wearing a bowl on her head while a bunch of guys upstairs dropping loads in front of a studio audience. Oh my god! All right. Speaking of international affairs,
I'm gonna.
This headline, I had to throw it in. Now, the loose theme, and it really was loose tonight.
It was loose.
The idea was...
Are you really saying loose after we just started fucking porn on a floating brothel?
Hey, it's been a week. Can I do it again?
Sure.
Anyway.
You know, it's awful. Like, that's how we taught the 2-year-old that's what the sound of bat makes.
You can't do it.
I can't do it
anymore. You got to get it fast.
Nope. She'll never know what a bat is.
You got to make it fade into the distance.
I have to burn that stuffed animal now.
Fuck that thing.
Bats, those are mythical creatures. They don't exist. No one knows what they sound like.
They just make soup and then trap people on cruise ships.
Odds are pretty high she'll spend her whole life and never see one.
Yeah.
So just fucking
They don't exist.
They don't exist.
But the loose theme tonight was supposed to be, things that were promised that really weren't what you asked for. Like, these people went on a cruise, and the best thing that they can say about it is they eventually got off, because I think they got off today.
Oh, did they?
I think they let them off.
Yeah.
Unless they took the free
It would have been
cans.
great if there was a bunch of fucking Corona trucks.
Absolutely.
Just handing out cases of beer to them.
No, do you know what
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Have some Corona. Fuck you.
Honestly, Dos Equis had the opportunity. Dos Equis comes in and says, we're the least diseased man in the world.
Yeah, right.
That would have been good. But, some of our other headlines, the whole idea was like this woman with the VR thing. She was expecting a reunion with her daughter.
Yeah.
In reality, that's not what happened.
Yeah.
It might have been dangerous.
She just got prolonged grief.
But this might be the most encapsulating headline that matches
All
that
right.
theme.
I think so.
All right.
And the idea is, after another failed launch, Iranian minister says, we're unstoppable.
Yeah.
So the guy, this would be like doing a porn video, okay, shooting a load that barely cleared the tip of your dick and then being like, take it, bitch.
Yeah.
Take it.
Like you had to index finger your grundle right before your asshole and push out whatever was in there.
Oh, you create
manually.
that false pressure? Yeah. It's like when you tie the rubber band twice.
You know when your toothpaste is almost out, but you roll that thing up as tight as you can get it and just try to push out that last bit of toothpaste.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
When you start rubbing it against the sink, like you're holding the bottom of it and fucking flattening it against the sink.
And she's all excited, like, here it comes, it's coming. She's like, yeah, and then just not enough to even fall off the rim.
Yeah.
It just stays there.
You can almost hear the music.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened this week. The Iranian military. My God, 3 times I'm turning into Craig.
Yeah, that was almost a quiddity. I didn't. I was joking. I don't know.
You're running out of time, by the way.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm just gonna suck this
4
one
words
up.
for next week. Fantastic.
I'm just gonna suck this one up.
You know what's going to happen? Is you're going to end up buying T-shirts for the people that suggested these words.
If that's the case, then actually, all right.
That's fair.
We'll do it next episode. I won't throw that on you right now. But that'll be the penalty for next time.
But all right, you know what? To be honest with you, that's fair.
This is actually my favorite game because we're never going to have to buy T-shirts.
No.
Unless I get them right.
Wait, when do you make the rules?
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Unless I get it right.
If he doesn't get it, he buys a shirt for the person who suggested it. If he gets it, you and I will do it.
Okay, but we'll split it, right?
That's fine.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm still winning.
Unless I got more than fucking. Oh no.
No. If you get more than one word, it's because you're a dumbass. The end.
I have no idea.
Okay, well, we'll
Of
get to
these
that in a
words?
minute. Can we get to this headline?
Yeah.
Okay, Iran launches missiles. Now, here's the thing I think is funny. That not only is he boasting about a failed missile launch, but the fact that he's telling the world they're testing missiles. This is as bad as our fucking fearless leader.
This was a dual satellite launch. It was actually very public.
Which means what?
Like they were doing it to celebrate some fucking Iranian shit, whether it was cutting off a goat's head or whatever. I don't know, but that's what they were doing.
We call those mutton chops.
Yep, but it was a dual satellite launch, and everything worked perfectly. They got the first stage, second stage went off, and then the final stage of the rocket went off, and didn't have enough velocity to put them into orbit. Enough speed to put it into orbit, so it fucking came crashing back down.
So it basically hit her neck instead of her face.
It was unstoppable. Unstoppable of going up and coming right back down to hitting the ground. You couldn't stop it. It was not going to stop.
We couldn't stop it from hitting Peru. I'm sorry.
I do need to clarify one thing. Okay, I know I said missiles, and the reason I said
they were rocket launches.
Well, that's just it.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want that clear because you guys went right to satellites. Why do you think they're launching these satellites? To remote control missiles.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what this is all
No,
about.
but what I was saying, it was a rocket. It was a rocket launch. All the other countries knew about it. You know what I mean? It wasn't a secret launch or anything. They were like, we're gonna launch these. We're putting satellites up. Blah blah blah. And fucking nope. No, you're not.
You know what's funny? As
But,
he's describing this, I'm thinking, this is Craig saying, I got these words, and then we give them to him, and you and I both know, Brad, that he's not going to get them, but we sit back and watch anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna plow through.
I know
It's
you
gonna
are.
Suck.
I want to know though,
The funny
like,
thing
if
is-
they made a version of 2001: A Space Odyssey in Iran. I have to ask: would the computer be named HAL Jazeera?
Well, this was HAL Jazeera. I like. What are you doing, Mohammed? I don't. I don't like that, Mosul. No, they. I can't.
That's it. Al Jazeera.
Al Jazeera.
Fuck off.
Did we just name the episode?
We did. Yeah, we did.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
going
we
to get the
did.
best downloads in the worst places.
Oh, we've already
dude,
tapped
we got-
into the Middle East recently.
Oh yeah, we got the. That's the.
We had our
HAL
first
Jazeera.
download in Iran, and I am fucking terrified.
Jazeera.
Because I'm pretty sure he stumbled on some of our less popular keywords. I don't think he was looking for Rhode Island comedy.
Yeah.
As much as they should be big over there, I'm pretty sure he wasn't looking for cycle.
No.
Oh,
No.
my God.
No, he found us a different way.
Yep. No, but I mean, they've done this shit 1,000 times. It's the same shit. They're trying. They're trying. God bless them.
No, I'm sorry. What you meant to say was praise be to Allah.
Yeah. No, good. Good for them. They're trying.
Bless their
They're gonna-
hearts.
They're
Bless their
gonna,
hearts.
they're trying. They're gonna get. Maybe once they're gonna rock it up. Yes, But the funny thing is now it's been declassified that the CIA for years has been intercepting all of their shit when they're sending rocket pods that are just defunct. Oh, they've been doing it for years. It's declassified information. For years, we've been fucking intercepting their deliveries from other countries. And then faulty parts.
Here it is.
Their satellites say AMC Pacer on it.
Yeah. Acme. It's got there's a little etched fucking Wile E. Coyote on the inside.
Ahmed, we got a delivery from SpedX.
Yeah.
DeLorean sounds fancy. It's stainless steel. Will survive.
But the best was when the Minister of Technology and Communication, because that's what they were supposedly communication satellites. The Minister of fucking Technology and Communications came out and said, the U.S. has failed a number of times. And he fucking listed a bunch of things and then named like 2 Russian rockets as well. Those are their allies.
Well, isn't But, I mean, they're ours too.
Well, they're ours too. No, but what I'm saying is he named 2 of theirs as ours.
Thinking they were ours.
As our failures. We've had failures. Oh yeah.
Of course we have.
Launching people into fucking space. It's that's fucking a fucking triumphant fucking thing.
Yeah,
to do that.
they've also launched people in space that came back looking like a charcoal briquette and you put on your fucking grill.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I need to start the grill. Throw me that piece of Yuri.
Yuri. You either made up something really funny or you went back in the history book. Are you
Both.
You're going Yuri Gagarin?
Yuri Gagarin.
Yes, you did. You did.
The first man in space.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yuri. Give me a
Second
piece
man
of
in my burger.
Yuri Gagarin.
Is Yuri vegan? No eat goat.
No, he got.
But what gets me about the story is they come out afterwards like, we're unstoppable. We're successful. We did everything right. No, you
I
didn't.
wonder where they learned that.
We all know you're
If
fucking...
only we had a president that was that boastful.
That's where I was going.
Space Force.
Yes.
Honestly, if he doesn't appropriate the A-Team music, this is all for nothing.
Dun, 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 dun.
Space Force.
If the original fucking leader of fucking Space Force's last name is not Kirk, I'm gonna fucking freak the fuck out.
I'd be okay with Casper Van Dien leading it.
I'm in.
He's number 1.
Oh my
I'm
God,
in.
that's it. We just named him Kirk Van Dien.
Kirk Van Dien. Perfect.
God damn it.
Vice Admiral Borg Picard.
Borg.
Fuck this guy. Can we talk about something that actually made it to space and is now sending us messages from
Yes.
deep?
Actually,
Deep.
Go ahead, Brad. I think we have a favorite for our less educated friend, but go ahead.
Yeah, and again, great job with the words tonight, Craig.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know him.
Don't be sorry.
I don't know him.
Don't apologize to us.
And I'm not
Apologize to
gonna-
our fan.
And I'm not going to attempt him because it fucked me last week. And I knew the word and I joked around, didn't realize the rules. Now I'm fucked. So,
You know what's smarter than you? The quiddity on your neck. Anywho. All right, our final headline of the evening. You know what? We want Craig
fuck
to
you, Joe.
We do want Craig to feel a little bit intelligent tonight, so we're going to give him a chance to redeem himself by speaking at length about our final headline, which is mysterious deep space objects sending signals to Earth every 16 days. And guess what, folks? It's precise within the minute.
Yeah,
And this
it
is not a topic that's going to be unpropitious to Craig. It's something he can talk about.
You fucking dickheads.
Yeah, I know. I know. No one wears his heart. I get it.
No, I get it. It's a fast radio burst, and they call them FRBs. It's a fast radio burst signal. It's coming from another galaxy that's 500 million light years away.
Which means it happened way before anything on this Earth started moving around.
It could have. This could have ended fucking 250 million years ago, but we're still receiving it.
But
you know,
the thing here is it's regular.
It's regular.
You can count it. It's every 16 days?
Yeah.
Every 16 days, and then it comes around and it's a consistent signal. Boom, 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 boom. Bump, 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 bump.
Right.
For 12 days, and then it stops. I mean, for 4 days. I'm sorry, for 4 days, then it stops, and then it comes again. So it starts.
I'm sorry. I just had a thought. What if this is just reverb from the cruise ships in the Caribbean?
It's a possibility.
It's a giant request
It's a
for a
possibility.
cam video.
It's synchronized spanking. Go ahead,
So to
educate
me, in my thought, it's a pulsar star
Okay.
that is circling close to another star.
It's on its way out.
It's it's circling it faster than, a lot of people think, because you think a year, we orbit our star within a year. There's a lot of planets that orbit their stars within days.
As things get closer, though, with gravity,
Yeah.
they get faster and faster.
And
But now, Now it's consistent though. That's the thing.
Yep.
So it's not.
But a pulsar is something that you're talking about an Earth-sized star.
Yeah.
It's been compressed. It's it's going through its final stages.
It's on its way to being a black hole.
And it rotates, and they spin sometimes at rotations per second.
Yeah.
Not like we rotate at 300. It takes 24 hours for our planet to rotate. Some of these stars will rotate within less than a second.
It's that fast.
And they're that big.
Yeah.
So they're emitting these radio bursts. These, this energy is coming off of it. It's rotating so fast. It's so compressed. And it's also orbiting the star that it's... This is what I'm thinking. It's also orbiting the star that it's around so fast that these radio... So it's consistent. It's a consistent orbit. So that burst we're not getting that signal until it goes around this. When it goes behind the star, we lose the signal.
Break.
We lose the break, and then it comes around. So this thing is orbiting its star probably every 16 days.
Why are we just getting it now?
We're just finding it now.
We're just finding it. It could have been happening for
however long,
10 million years. Or a billion years.
That's the thing with our technology. You have to be looking and listening in the exact right direction.
That's the thing is you have to, like a lot of people like that's why
it's like finding the clitoris out in space.
Yes, and I laughed. I bust people's balls.
For 16 days.
Like the other.
Hey, based on my record, I'll take it.
Yeah. The other day,
my wife just left and she was smiling. We're on a 2-week run twice. That's 14 days.
I went out.
How long before she orbits around you again?
That's not the point. I'm waiting for Craig to push through this and try to keep talking.
Oh no, I am.
Go ahead, because I pushed through her last night. Go ahead.
I went in a rant. The other day against this guy.
He did it. He stopped. Yes. Yes.
Fucking scumbag.
Yes. 126 episodes. Fuck you. No, go ahead. Push through. What were you saying?
I went in this rant the other day with this guy on Facebook because he, the pale blue dot. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, that was the first image of Earth from
Carl
deep
Sagan,
space.
It was the first image of Earth from Voyager, which at that point was, I think, 6 billion miles away.
Out from space.
Billion.
Right? 6 point something billion miles away. And it took a picture.
I think we just named it
around,
again.
It turned around and took a picture of the Earth.
HAL 6 billion.
Yeah. And it turned around and didn't turn around. It took a photo of the Earth, and in that picture, it's less than a pixel.
Yeah,
the Earth. So it's this kind of pale blue dot,
which ironically is the editing of every single South Korean porn video ever.
So NASA finally decided to take that picture and upgrade, enhance it. They didn't. It's a rendition. You know what I mean? And they made it clear.
They took an actual image and they made it so people could actually understand it.
So people could see it. And then you get the people, NASA's lying to us. Why can't you see the moon and the sun? For one thing, the moon is fucking way tiny. And we're looking at just this 1 pixel of Earth.
The sun is so far away.
And not only that, well, the thing is they have this argument, which makes sense, but it doesn't. They're like, if Voyager is 11 billion miles away, which it is now, at that point it was like 6 billion miles away. The Earth is less than that from the sun.
So it should be closer to the sun.
So it should be closer to the sun. But if you sat in your living room and looked into your kitchen through a straw, what's your field of view?
Right.
And that's what that camera is doing.
Now
that
go
camera,
sit in your neighbor's yard and look at your kitchen.
Yeah.
You're not going to see...
That camera is not going to focus in on a small dot.
The sun is still out of frame, is all it is.
Yeah, because if it took a wide field view picture, it would capture a bunch of shit and you wouldn't be able to see anything.
Yeah.
It would be a blurry ass picture of nothing. So they have to focus in and do that. So you have that one photo. To me, it's incredible. I was blown away by that.
Just the fact, whatever the source is going to be groundbreaking.
Yes.
Because the first thought people have is, shit, there's someone out there sending something.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Now we've been there's I don't know what the satellite is. I can't remember the name of it, but we've sent that's what picked this up. And it's looking for these fast radio bursts because we noticed them back in, I think it was the 70s. They were like, what the fuck was that? Because it was just a quick thing that they were picking up on these telescopes.
It was disco.
Yeah, and on these telescopes and sensors that they were looking out for other things. So that's not what they were concentrating on. So they're like, what the fuck was that? You know, and then you have SETI and stuff that is picking up these things, and they're realizing like, okay, pulsars are huge. That's what I was just saying a few minutes ago.
Right.
Because they're rotating so fast, and they shoot out these fucking rays of energy out of their poles. Yeah.
Thank you for bringing it back to our show.
NASA charges $9.99 a minute to watch them.
They're shooting out.
That star's taking it in both poles.
Thank God. I was like, oh God, this turned into Nova.
I'm sorry, but this is what I love.
Give me that Milky Way Bukkake video.
But this is shit.
You know, we owe him that for last week because he told a great joke last week and we just missed it.
Yeah, we did.
So laugh extra hard at that one. Milky Way Bukkake is awesome.
It's awesome.
You said extra hard on a joke about sex.
I did. I think that should be the title of the episode.
Only if we
it's
don't
Milky
want
Way
any,
Bukkake.
we don't want any downloads. You got it.
Right.
But no, I mean, to me, like it's fucked up because I'm not going to talk. I mean, I'll make jokes, but it's pretty impressive what's been going on.
You think it's natural?
No, it's absolutely natural.
You think it's natural?
See, Dave and I have the same idea.
Based on what you thought, like
100%.
Okay.
I think something out there is communicating just like we are. And I think something out there is way advanced, and it's
I agree with that.
Something is sending something out because I think the 16 days thing
it's too regular.
It's a little too regular for me.
No, but think about it.
No. You had your chance. Shut your face.
All right,
Listen. No.
All right. Okay.
You had your chance. I think your theory about the pulsar circling, it makes sense. But if that was the case, if that were the case, put your finger down.
No, the signal appears for 4 days, then it disappears for 12,
right,
and then it comes back.
Right. But if it were a pulsar circling and it was, if it was going that fast around that kind of orbit, it would be degrading. You would see a change in the time. Shut your face.
So?
I do.
Over how much time though?
But
see,
here's
you're
the thing,
thinking we just detected it.
We did, but
so over 2 weeks, is it degrading that fast?
But listen,
no, it's probably going to take 1,000,000 years to degrade down to.
Of course, it's going to degrade.
You know,
but even if it's minuscule amounts, we've got the technology to detect those small changes. So I'm kind of more with Brad that it's coming from somewhere we don't know, but I'm more inclined to think it's something more intelligent.
Okay,
it's regular.
I want that to be the truth. More
I do
than,
too.
Than
I would
you know.
I think that'd be fascinating.
I think, and the thing is, it's coming from a galaxy 500 million light years away. It's not in our galaxy. This isn't a fast radio burst that we're detecting in our galaxy. This is outside of. This is another galaxy.
Hundreds of millions of light years away. Hundreds of millions of years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, we bust on Craig for book learning, but I mean, Dave and Craig just had a discussion that was intelligent. My 4 bullets for this topic were, I thought they were either A, solar flares, B, chupacabra, C, Satan himself, or D, the truth about 9/11.
Yeah.
I think it's actually E, Kelly Clarkson's sex life, and
yes.
it just echoes.
Yes.
That's just it. Yep. It's coming from inside of Kelly Clarkson. And again, one more time.
Sally Struthers farted 3 years ago. This is what happened.
It's 7 African kids she launched into orbit, crying for help and feed.
They're just with the clicks and pops for help.
Sally Struthers farted some grain into the atmosphere, and it went farther than the Iranian missile.
But these are things like I love this shit. I was like, when I saw the article, I fucking read it, and like I was fascinated by it. And then, but as soon as I started to read it, I'm like, hey, wait a minute, no, this is just This is a natural phenomenon. And the headlines are there to grab you. Because these guys are writing, these astronomers are writing papers on this. They're like, hey, we found a fast radio burst. It's doing this. It's doing that. And they're like, how do we capture a headline for this? Hey, guess what? We're getting a consistent signal. Which is what SETI's been looking for fucking 30 years.
Our attention, and we've been talking about it for 15 minutes.
Yeah. No. And it did.
Brad's been listening, and we've been talking about it for 15 minutes.
I always found that, like, to me, you have no interest in...
No, I do, but I want more concrete. Everything that comes out of NASA is speculation. And I think the world that we live on is full of too much speculation.
No, but this is from a guy who was an editor before publishing anything. He wants to make sure it's right and the sources are correct. Like, I get, like, that's the inclination from Brad.
I'm a pragmatic guy, and you guys are busting my balls for it. But the truth is, this is a non-headline that somebody turned into a headline. I agree with you.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
It bothers me that our space program, Space Force, if you will, is actually looking for clickbait. And that's exactly what this really was. This is NASA clickbait.
I don't think...
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It might be NASA. It might be NASA to an extent because they're still looking for funding. They want funding. But it's a lot of these science websites that are looking for funding because you have these now it's become bigger than ever. Is these people that are like, science isn't real. You got these flat Earth people.
It's 16 days because that's how long it takes the flat Earth to rotate around.
NASA has been lying to you since day one, and it's like, no, I'm sure they've lied. Of course they have. It's a government. It's not necessarily a government agency, but there's enough government involved in it. Of course there's secrets. Of course there's bullshit.
Well, like when the asteroid that's passing by the Earth as we speak right
could
now.
end the Earth now.
If it decided to make a left. Say this thing caught some solar winds and decided to hit Earth, game over.
But that's the thing is, like, that's why people like say, why are we spending so much money looking at why are we spending so much money looking into space than looking here to help the planet? And it was great. Like Neil deGrasse Tyson said the same thing. He said, "Listen, if we look out there, if we can stop mining off these asteroids, right? We're less depleting the Earth, right? We're taking these materials off those things that are just floating out. But not only that, now we're looking for them, so we're detecting them. Hey, that one is dangerous. It needs to be moved, destroyed, whatever it is. And we're coming up with ways to move these things and destroy these things to a point where they're talking about just going to painting one side of an asteroid white. Just sending up a fucking can of paint and blasting it on the side of it. And the sun reflection will move it because it's reflecting light. And light photons are actual particles.
Again, I refer you back to orbital bukkake.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Can we get into cum shots closer to home?
Yes.
We could do this all night.
Well, one of us could. One of us could. Absolutely.
We could.
Dave, I really feel like we did rob you of that joke last week, so I'd like you to lead off by reading the headline of The Bright Side.
Yeah, so to round out our episode, I think is like Brad said, we're gonna bring things back closer to home. What way to get closer to home than to be fully intimate with yourself?
Yes. And in Florida.
Yeah, not only just Florida, but professional athletes.
Yes.
So apparently a Blue Jays catcher, Reese McGuire, arrested for
former first round pick. First round pick.
So Reese McGuire was arrested for, this is a quote from the police report, whacking off in a Florida parking lot.
Yes.
That was in the police report.
It was in the whacking off.
Whacking off.
At 2 a.m.
No.
I mean 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Wow. We gave him those big multi-syllable words, and he couldn't get a.m. and p.m. right.
No, I adjusted.
So did the clock. Go ahead.
I'm still in space.
I was on space time. Ask Captain Kirk. He knows. Fucking hump. Go ahead.
It was 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
They were getting ready for their initial workout. Spring training just started.
Yeah.
Pitchers and catchers just reported.
he was
Oh, he
working out.
reported.
Oh,
already.
he was there.
Oh yeah. So Reese McGuire, actually not a non-name player. This guy is actually a pretty damn good prospect.
Yeah.
And but apparently not getting laid as much as he probably should be for a professional athlete. Let loose in Florida.
You're in Florida. You shouldn't have any problems.
None.
None.
Zero. You should be just like, hey,
I'm not going to lie to you.
McGuire.
All three of us could get laid.
Stop trying to suck my dick. I'm Reese McGuire. Please stop trying to suck my dick off. That should be his lines. Like,
If you're in Florida, like they ask you, do you have a job?
yeah.
Is your blood flowing?
Do you have an ankle bracelet?
Yeah.
Can you drive me to get wipes?
And plus, he plays for a Canadian team, so then you've got international flair. You've got all sorts of shit going for you. But we thought, you know what? This guy got caught and arrested doing the most natural thing. He just couldn't help himself. He's so in love with himself, he had to have it right behind the wheel.
Yeah.
And so, Craig, lead us off. What do you think the bright side is here?
2 balls, 1 strike.
Awesome.
I was like, well, he's in Florida. He'll just get a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, the wrist is the least of the
Yep.
problem. I said in Florida, a car counts as a mobile home, so this is a victimless crime.
Go ahead, Craig.
He was just oiling up his mitt.
I want everybody to know on the outline he spelled it piling and not oiling. And you know what? That's funny on a different level. But go ahead, Dave.
Drafted as a catcher. Turns out he can pitch too.
There you go.
Right?
I said he perfectly framed it, just shot low and away.
I was positive he was just working on a squeeze play.
See, my next year I thought about he's kind of renaming things in baseball. You know, so he's now the parking lot he's calling the bullpen.
When that cop showed up at his window, he had 2 balls and no outs.
He's going to get drafted by the Stiff Sox.
Suicide Squeeze now refers to more than just Michael Hutchins.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
That would, I think that ends right there.
Oh, I had some good
Oh,
ones.
go
but
ahead.
okay, but
No,
okay.
go ahead. But goddamn.
No, go ahead.
If we can't end on a fucking in-excess suicide joke,
Yeah.
I don't know how to do this show.
Exactly.
You guys can catch me on social media. I will share the remainder of the bright side. One of them was an Astros joke, so it wasn't that good anyway. All right, it involved cheating, but all right. Let's put a fork in this one, guys. Nice return to form. I felt
think
good.
so.
I felt
Yeah.
good tonight.
I felt good.
For a Saturday afternoon into evening.
Yeah.
Feeling pretty good. The reason we are here, we are going to see our friends in Cycle tonight.
Yes.
By the time this hits the air, we'll already be done, but we will be reporting back.
And they will still be out performing, ready to put out some new music soon. So
Yeah.
pay attention to Cycle, our friends that are. You guys are gonna love it. You're gonna be blown away.
No, they got some great stuff coming out. And
Yeah.
we're going to get
We've
access.
heard it. We've heard it.
And we've got access to it.
We can say it. We've got
Exclusive.
exclusive rights.
access to it.
We
yeah.
will be debuting their
Yeah.
first 3 songs from their new album, Kill the Machine, coming out as soon as humanly fucking possible. Cycle will be debuting their songs for us, and then we're going to get them in just to hang out and do a regular show.
Yep.
And then they've promised they're going to play some acoustic shit for us with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
We're hoping to do this when it warms up and we're back in the garage.
Yeah, where we have room for more than 3 of us.
Yeah.
That's going to be great. On top of that, you know what? We still have swag, people.
All right, before we get there, I think we should take a minute and just give a shout out to our buddy Byron.
Yeah.
No, he's not feeling great. You know, we made friends with him in November at Comic-Con. Our favorite neighbor.
Favorite fucking neighbor.
All right, so we got over the course of 3 days, we get to be so close that Brad ran his shop.
Yeah. Brad actually, I look at Brad, he's selling fucking, he's selling buttons and shit. I'm like, what
I know,
the
we
fuck
sat
you
down to record something nobody would hear, and we look over and there's Brad doing someone else's work.
doing? Yeah.
And I gotta say, there aren't any other neighbors around there that I would have done that for.
No.
So,
And that's what
Absolutely
that's where
not.
I was going. Is not only did we have a great neighbor, we made a good friend,
Yep.
and we just wanted to take a few minutes and say, Byron, we hope you're feeling better. We're here for you. We need you back at Comic-Con because we need some good friends there.
Absolutely.
I don't know if they
brother.
let us request a booth, but we're doing it.
Yep.
And we're gonna find you either way, and then we're just gonna hover around your booth, and then eventually you're gonna give me your cash wallet, and then I'm gonna run it for you, so you can go around and enjoy the festivities.
Yeah.
But that's it, buddy. On behalf of everyone, and needless to say, we're thinking of you, man. And that's it.
Absolutely.
So Byron, get well soon. We'll see you back soon, buddy.
So I want you to go over to our swag shop at represent.com/store/NTS podcast. You can't not find us. Find us, buy our shit. We'll thank you later. We'll give you a shout on the internet. Check us out on social media, on Twitter at NTS_podcast, on Facebook at NTS_podcast, and on Instagram at all lowercase, needless to say, podcast. I say it every week, but truth be told, you really want to get us quickly? Get us on Instagram. It just seems to be working. Craig, give me a little bit about Endeavor Podcast Solutions.
If you're starting a podcast or you have a current podcast and you need some help, they got everything for you. Editing, production, whatever it is you need, they got it. EndeavorPodcastSolutions.com.
Brad, I think you should take us out tonight, my friend.
I couldn't agree more. Needless to say, we said it.
Do you have a great idea for a podcast? Or maybe you already have a podcast, but you're getting overwhelmed with editing or production? Head over to EndeavorPodcastSolutions.com. They have everything you need, from intros and outros to editing work, voiceover, you name it. That's EndeavorPodcastSolutions.com. Podcasting simplified.